Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
My name is Michaela Tomova, and I serve as the Dean of Faculty here at the North Campus of Miami-Dade College. It is my utmost pleasure to welcome all of you here today at the opening of the Children of the Modern Family exhibit by Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel at the North Campus. Today we celebrate the modern family from all walks of life. We celebrate diversity, we celebrate tolerance, we celebrate respect and love, all through the artistic work and the 15 pieces on display here this afternoon. We thank Dr. Bulkin Siegel for sharing her art, her vision with us, and we thank her most of all for her message that she brings through her work, one of humanity and human rights, a message that is timely and much needed, especially today, in today's world of change, challenge, and uncertainty. We have all been looking forward to today, and I want to thank our campus president, Dr. Malusi Harrison, and the campus cabinet for making this happen. I'd like to extend a special thank you to the chairs of the Art Spaces Committee, Dr. Zoraya Cuesta and Professor Victor Gomez. Also, I'd like to thank Professor Alina Frisquet, who put a lot of hours and hard work into making this happen. My wonderful assistant, Arlene Garcia, who put so much love into a week of preparations. I didn't see her much, but this is the result, and I thank you, Arlene, for putting this together. Israel Sanchez, our Director of Learning Resources, who helped with the art spaces, and also Yesenia Patino as part of the committee. This exhibition also came to life through the partnership with the International Solidarity for Human Rights founders, Devorah Sasha and Elizabeth Sanchez Vegas. I want to recognize them for their invaluable work in support of human rights and the many years of collaboration with Miami-Dade College North Campus. So thank you for that. I would like to welcome Nick Butera, whose portrait you will see as part of the exhibit, and he will share a few words with us this afternoon. Also Edwin Bonilla, whose portrait also graces the gallery this afternoon. Finally, I would like to extend the warmest welcome to Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel, a physician and artist of extraordinary vision, whose message, "Art Heals," resonates with all of us. It is now my distinct pleasure to welcome Dr. Malusi Harrison to the podium for her welcome remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tomova, and good afternoon. It's such a pleasure to see each and every one of you here this afternoon for what you have seen for yourself is a truly stunning, spectacular, and moving exhibition. And let me tell you that there is no better place, no ideal place that supersedes the North Campus and Miami-Dade College to have this type of exhibition, because we are a place of diversity and we are Democracy's College, and every single one of the children pictured here and their parents have a place at Miami-Dade College. And we see that in each and every one of our students, our faculty and staff, because we are a diverse community, a diverse family. We represent the modern family at Miami-Dade College, and we're very, very proud of that. I also want to pay a special welcome to Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel, no stranger to the North Campus. Dr. Bulkin Siegel has exhibited here in the past. Many of our students here may not know because you're probably fairly new. But Dr. Bulkin Siegel, that was what, maybe about 4 years ago? Maybe a little bit longer. And we were graced with your exhibition of veterans and the stories behind their lives and the sacrifices they made to make sure that we were safe here back home. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for gracing us once again. with your talent, your creativity. And thank you to our dear friends at the International Solidarity for Human Rights. I know there are board members here, in addition to the founders. So let's give everyone from the International Solidarity for Human Rights a round of applause. And thank you. So the spotlight today is really on Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel. She's going to say no, that the spotlight is obviously on the exhibition, but they go hand in hand. And Dr. Bulkin Siegel received her medical degree in 1962 at Women's Medical College in Pennsylvania. She has had a distinguished career as a prominent oncologist, as Dr. Tomova told you, and that was in New York City. In her career, she was a pioneer establishing one of the first hospices in the state of New York, and one of the first to accept AIDS patients. Following her retirement, she combined medicine with her other passion, which is painting. She's an award-winning artist, recognized nationally for her work, and she's a pioneer who has unified art and medicine to enhance medical care. And speak of a true intellectual genius who is obviously both right and left-brained, and that's our friend, Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel. So happy to have you here. Children of the Modern Family, that's the title of this exhibition, showcases human rights and family, and the family of the 21st century. This exhibit is an instrument of communication and a forum for discussions around unique family structures and social issues. With this exhibition, you will see the modern family in a different light. And I have 4 children of my own, and so I cherish children and I cherish family. It really is the foundation and the core of our society. It is Dr. Bulkin Siegel's art that allowed each subject's unique story to stand out. Importantly, this exhibition covers the themes of tolerance, social respect, and humanity. The modern family that Dr. Bulkin Siegel has captured includes LGBT individuals, single parents, surrogate, adoptive, artificially inseminated parents, interracial families, and many, many more. Before closing and welcoming Dr. Bulkin Siegel to the podium, I want to welcome each and every one of you once more to spend some time over the next couple of weeks really looking at these beautiful pieces and also learning about each individual by reading the stories behind each individual. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you enjoy this wonderful exhibition. And thank you again, Dr. Bulkin Siegel.
Thank you, and good afternoon. My name is Deborah Sasha. I'm the Executive Director of International Solidarity for Human Rights. I want to thank Dr. Malu Harrison, President of North Campus, Dean Tomova, all the staff and students of this wonderful campus, North Campus. I want to thank my President of International Solidarity for Human Rights, Elizabeth Sanchez-Vegas, and Board of Advisors, Olga, Valerie, thank you for being here. And I have to introduce a very special person. I start my presentation by saying that young people, like the students that are here today, have a lot of stories to live. And people like us, not so young, have a lot of stories to share. So I want to share my story about knowing this special person. I met Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel in 2010 at her studio in Fort Lauderdale. Mrs. Barbara O'Keefe, president of the Coral Spring Museum of Art at that time, introduced us to Dr. Bulkin Siegel. Elizabeth and I were going to present her with our project, The Route to Human Rights, in the Miami-Dade College. And maybe if she liked our ideas, maybe she would donate some of her art to the project. So she did. And we were so excited because she's one of the best watercolor artists in the United States. 1 week after that encounter, I died from a heart failure. I died from a heart failure before 911. The condition was defined as a syndrome of a broken heart. And it's a temporary heart condition, but I was, very bad. Wilma, who has just met me, knew about the incident and appeared at the hospital. That day, 72 hours, I was in 72 hours of induced coma. The doctors at intensive care were going to bring me back. They had cooled me down, to avoid further damage to my brain, to my heart, and to my body. And she entered the room and said, "I am a Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel, and I am a physician." Nobody knew about my condition, how I was going to be, how my brain was, any other damages. Everything was uncertainty. When I finally slowly opened my eyes in that, intensive care room, the first face I saw was Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel's face. And I recognized her and said, "Wilma, what are you doing here?" She smiled, went out of the room, and told my relatives and friends, "Don't worry, everything is going to be fine." So since that day, she has been my American mom. She has been my friend and mentor, and a person that I deeply love. And now it's my privilege and honor to present a doctor and an artist, but above all, a very special human being, Dr. Wilma Bulkin Siegel.
I'm so moved by what she said, but I believe in spirituality. There's a reason that we're all here, and I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for this great privilege to be able to give my feelings of life force to you all. I'm about human rights. I'm about reducing bigotry in our world. It's not what I believe in. I want us to be together and to love each other. And anything that I do is about that. And I'm gonna read to you all the introduction to this so that you get an insight into why would I ever do such a thing as this. But it's very timely today. It's all about a life force, and we can learn from these children. They're our future. And when I did this series, it was against bigotry, and I wanted the world to know their stories. But there's something else that I learned in this, and it's about excellent parenting. These children come from families, the parents have had extreme bullying, They've had bigoted remarks to themselves. They've been rejected by society in many ways, and they don't want their children to do that to anyone else. And they've taught their children very special ways of life. I consider these children little old souls. They know from the beginning what life's about, and I honor them because I think this is our future. I'm privileged that they gave me themselves to be able to express to you all. And this is what I wrote, The Children of the Modern Family. Our society of the Western world is changing rapidly, and so too families are changing. With change, there is always a question of new and suspicion, often labels of a negativity. It is my obsession in my work to accept people for who they are, not who I wish them to be. In short, it's about anti-bigotry, about tolerance and respect. The modern family is LGBTQ, single parent raising a child alone, single male parent who has a child through surrogate, single female artificially inseminated, interracial family. And this is the modern family, not the traditional mother, father, child living together as a family, either totally black, totally white, totally yellow, whatever it be. I feel that the offspring of this modern family are like little old souls. They are empathic towards others. I feel the parents have been through bigotry in our society and wish for and teach their children to not have bigotry within themselves. It is about mutual respect for the human rights of others. I wish to paint the children to tell their story and show their place in society in making a pathway for the future in our society to have empathy towards others and self-respect for themselves in so doing. It's a message that all adults should have. It's a message that all old people should have. And certainly it's the message of young people. And thank you for being here to hear this message and see this message. It's all about narrative and visual in what I do. And so what you're seeing here are all the stories at the bottom of these paintings. And then there's a video. And so this is my interpretation of these children by the narrative that I've written, and certainly that extreme colorful expression of who they are, because this is about fire of life, is what I'm showing you. It's a love of life, and that's what I show here. But the video gives you the truth. It's who they are. So it's my interpretation, their interpretation of life, and together we're doing it together. And so I just want to, I think Edward Bonilla is here. Is Edward here? He is here. And Edward, come on up. Edward is in the back. I did this 2 years ago, so now he's like, he was little. Edwin was 6 years old then. His mother, Susie Guillaume, a single mother, separated from her partner, and Edwin's father when Edwin was 2 years old. He sees his father and his paternal Cuban, Nicaraguan grandparents every other weekend, and also is in contact with his maternal grandparents. Susie is an academic advisor at Miami-Dade College. She's written a bestseller on female empowerment. Do it big. Well, her son's getting pretty big there, and he's going to do it. She states that when she was young, she could not read until she was 8, and said to herself that if ever she would have a child, she would encourage reading. So she read to Edwin at an early age. And of course he excels in